BP, or British Petroleum, is announcing some of the biggest layoffs I've ever seen. They announced this just so they could save about $2 billion by 2026. And the layoffs are expected to affect about 5,000 of their own British Petroleum workers and about 3,000 contractors. Now, there's going to be a lot of people being laid off, especially in the energy sector. As right now, gas and exploration staff from Shell, 20% of them are being laid off. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of cost-cutting measures. And it just seems like a lot of times these massive companies are just not making that much money anymore. We are in an incredibly high interest rate environment. I know a lot of people don't really understand this, so I'll just break it down to you. Right now, borrowing money is very expensive. When big companies, including BP, want to expand their business, maybe do more exploration, guess what? They're going to have to borrow money. This is why when interest rates are at 0%, so many companies were expanding. Record job levels, everyone is happy, there is so much money. But the downside is higher inflation, higher prices. The Feds want to get the inflation down to 2%. Now inflation is going back up. So the Feds are like, let's keep interest rates super high for the rest of 2025, which is going to be terrible for some of these big companies. And now these companies are making less money, shareholders are mad, and the only way to get shareholders happy again is to lay off workers. The crappy thing is the workers, the working class of BP, for example, are going to be the ones taking the hit. When you have about 90,000 employees, firing about 5,000 is a large chunk of the staff. With 5% of the total workforce gone, including thousands of contractors, things aren't looking so good. We're looking at almost 10,000 employees by BP, contractors and other people that work with contractors being affected, just being laid off. Almost 10,000 jobs. This is a lot of people. This is a lot of jobs all being lost. Check this out. Enphase Energy, a massive solar panel company, and they also make electric vehicle chargers, is laying off about 500 workers. Anything right now that involves energy, from clean energy to coal to oil, gas, whatever it is, they're seeing mass layoffs. There's also another solar company called Solar Edge is also laying off hundreds of workers as well. Seems like some of the biggest solar panel companies are laying off workers, and things are just starting. I mean, 17% of the global workforce, we're seeing less expansion into a lot of this clean energy sector. And not to mention, with the whole Trump administration going up, we're going to be seeing way less investments in clean energy, which is causing even more layoffs in places like solar, wind, batteries, etc. But even with the Trump administration, some of the biggest oil companies in the world are doing layoffs. Chevron is also moving around to try to pay less taxes around the United States. There's new mergers or Marathon Oil, which is causing massive layoffs. Things are just not looking good at all for the job market. And even Russian gas giant Gazprom is laying off about 1,600 managers. These are not workers. These are managers that get paid pretty well. And even these guys are facing some of the biggest layoffs I've ever seen. At the end of the day, we're going to be seeing a ton of these massive companies doing layoffs. Okay. And a lot of these big oil companies are also trying to implement artificial intelligence into their jobs and a company, basically. They want to have robots. They want to have artificial intelligence doing everything. And this is also causing mass amounts of layoffs. If you guys look into Salesforce, they're doing some massive pushing in their artificial intelligent products with some of these big companies and small companies to try to get them to use their product and fire their employees. At the end of the day, oil giant BP starting off the year with a really bad bang. 5% of the total workforce is gone, and thousands of contractors losing their jobs. This is also seeing that BP is paring down the workforce to the point where investments can be made into digital capabilities of a company when AI and automation is at the peak of every industry. You can clearly see where BP's priorities are. They want robots. They want artificial intelligence to replace their human employees, because nothing's more expensive than human employees. Thanks for watching, guys. Comment below, and see you later.